successful. Just because you're busy don't mean you're doing something. You could be busy and not doing anything. You could be busy and very not productive. And so I do want to make sure that we understand that you being busy and having something to do has nothing to do with your level of success. In fact, the ability to step back and really use your brain, strategize, and think is really the ultimate sign of productivity.
Hey y'all, it's Shawana Stevens with the Well Network, and this is the Life and Podcast, because you know life be lifing. Hey y'all. Hey y'all, it's Shawana Stevens with the Life and Podcast. Hey y'all.
Hey y'all, it's the Life and Podcast. My name is Shawana, and today we're talking about the power of rest. Before we get into the episode, of course, as always, like, subscribe, comment. Let us know that you're watching. Engage with us on social media. We love your engagement. Now today, like I said, I want to talk about the power of rest. Y'all, recently I was so tired. And I went and laid down and got some rest, and I felt so rejuvenated. I feel like I could think, you know. And I think sometimes we take for granted the power of rest, not just in our physical body, but as well as our spiritual selves as well. I don't think that we really take into consideration how powerful rest is. There are seasons that I've been really tired, and because I was really tired, I totally misjudged the season. I may have misjudged the situations and the players in those situations just because I couldn't think well because I was tired. One of the things that rest does for me is it gives me a sense of peace. It helps me understand that, you know what, I can't do any more here, or my physical power is not greater than the power of God. And I think when we do take time to actually rest, we get to understand that in such a great way. And it also shows the level of growth that we have accomplished when we are able to rest adequately. And I know that there are situations where people can't rest because of medical things or physical, issues and things like that. But, I've lived through some of that, and some of it was self-inflicted wounds. And so I want to encourage somebody that's in that space right now that is having a hard time resting. I want to encourage you to pursue rest, right? Even if it doesn't come easy today, pursue it. Like, there is also another side to this. There's social pressure. Social pressure that makes us feel and makes us believe that we have to constantly stay productive. And whether it be your bills, whether it be just a stereotype that we always have to be busy, we do have to shake some of those things, like those social pressures. I was always, you may not know my background, I never finished college. And so there were people around me that said, hey, you'll never be anything, or you're going to be, you're going to always live in poverty because you did not finish college. You know, most of the people in my family have finished college. And so that was a big thing for me. And so being busy so that I was productive and I lived a successful life was important, because I never wanted to, I wanted to prove people wrong. And so I know that's a thing. It's not just financial pressure, but social. Appearing to look like you have a lot going on, or you have something going on. Sometimes the pressure to be busy, we associate it with success. And that doesn't always mean that you are successful. Just because you're busy don't mean you're doing something. You could be busy and not doing anything. you could be busy and very not productive. And so I do want to make sure that we understand that you being busy and having something to do has nothing to do with your level of success. In fact, the ability to step back and really use your brain, strategize, and think is really the ultimate sign of productivity. And some of the most successful people take time to step back, take breaks, and really rest. And I think I can really point to some of my greatest moments and associate a season of just feeling at peace. And I want to encourage the person, especially entrepreneurs, those of you who are striving to be all that you can be, the best that you can be, growing businesses and all of that good stuff. One of the biggest mistakes that I made in trying to build a business was not taking moments to just think through things, think through strategies, feel rejuvenated so I can approach situations with a clear head. There are benefits to being well rested. And so there are some scriptures that come to mind before we close that I actually want to give you. There are benefits to being a king's kid, right? First of all, I want to look at Psalm 4:8. It says, "In peace I will lie down and sleep, for you alone, Lord, make me dwell in safety." Y'all, that hit me so hard. In peace I will lie down and sleep, for you alone, Lord, make me dwell in safety. And I think when we recognize that sometimes when we are dealing with situations and we don't know which way to turn, sometimes we forget to go to God and recognize that there is where he gives us the greater ideas. There is where he can really speak to us even in the quiet moments of the morning. And so I want to encourage you to kind of meditate over Psalm 4:8. But then again, Matthew 11:28, it says, "Come to me, all who labor and are heavy laden, and I will give you rest. Take my yoke upon you and learn from me, for I am gentle and lowly in heart, and you will find rest for your soul. For my yoke is easy and my burden is light." And y'all, because the beginning of it, it says, "Come to me." And I think our first response as King's kids should be, "Okay, God, I got this issue." Or, "Okay, God, this is how I'm feeling," or "This is where I am." And I think sometimes we fail in that, not realizing that he seeks to hear about our issues. He seeks to, he is the mastermind, right? He orchestrated the whole entire world. So of course he can master your situation or your issue. And I think that's a huge thing for us to get through our thick skulls. Like, he wants your issue, but then again, those of us who are laboring, those of us who are heavily burdened, those are benefits. The benefit of being able to take whatever heavy weight that you are carrying and taking it to him. And then he says, this is the thing that blesses me from this scripture all the time. He says, he's basically saying we can do an exchange, right? You take my burden and I'll take yours. And I love that about the Lord. So I want to encourage you to let's stop being super women and super men, and let's just give the Lord what he asked for, which is our issues and our problems. Let's find a way to live in a place of rest. Just be at peace. And one of the greatest things, the biggest thing that I want to learn is how to live in the moment. Sometimes when we are busy, we're thinking about the next thing and the next thing, and we forget to live in the moment. And so that's what I want to encourage you to do today. I want to commission you to, in these next 7 days, focus on living in the moment, right? And I also want to hear from you in the comments. So tell me what you are working on as it relates to rest. What is going to help you get rest? If it's a melatonin, if it's just learning how to exercise so you can be tired at the end of the day and for sure go to sleep at the end of the day. Whatever it is, I want to hear about it. Help me. I love y'all.